Welcome to the podcast. I'm Andy Gunnin with you as always, and we're back. We're for our second episode of the 2025 year, and welcome. It is Inauguration Day. It's MLK Day. It's Pardon Day. It's National Championship Day, and it's Dewayne White comedy. Welcome
That's
to
the most
Dewayne
important
White
thing.
comedy. Dwayne White, my buddy, comedian and friend, and 23-year retired military veteran. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey man, thanks for having me on. This is cool. Yeah, there's a lot going on today, but I think mostly is me being on this podcast. That's the most important thing in the country.
Exactly. That
Right
is
now.
the most important thing today. Because I threatened my
Did anything else happen today? I don't know. I was watching TV. They just kept showing this thing. I don't know what it was. A bunch of
I don't
people
know.
talking. I don't know what it was. Just in the Glee Club and the
Yeah, there was a lot. They were singing and
there was so much going on. It was fun to watch, actually. So,
dude, it was like it was my ADD nightmare.
oh my god,
I was like,
dude.
my wife's going, "What about that guy over there?" I go, "I'm looking over here on the left side."
It's miserable. Well, so I don't know if you knew this. I used to be in the old guard, the guys out here that work Arlington and in the army and stuff like that, and they're busy on Inauguration Day.
I was going to ask you how busy, because you're in Washington. You're just outside Washington.
Well, DC's not. I don't know. I'm not going near the city. I'm south of the city, and I'm not going.
Did you hear
drove
the cannons?
home from Thursday yesterday, and my wife goes, "Hey, be careful. There's a lot of people coming in for inauguration." I'm like, I think they're coming from the south mostly. I'm coming from the north.
Right. I thought about that when I was like, wait, Dwayne lives up there. I was like, holy crap, we got to ask him how it is. I bet it's nuts.
So I watch it different though, because like I said, I was in that military, like doing ceremonies and stuff. So I watch stuff and I see different things, and it's that people like I don't know if you saw the kid when they opened the door for Trump and Biden to go into the building. That dude got his hat knocked up. He looked like Gomer Pyle is all sitting up here the whole time, and he can't move it because he can't move his hands. He's just trying to open the door, so he looked like he's like a Russian sailor. He got his hat on in the back, and like that kid is getting messed with for the rest of his time in DC. That poor Marine. And then the Glee Club or whatever, the band, when they walked in to sing that song, I don't know if you saw the one guy standing out. He just
yeah, I did. I saw that. I was like, we're checking people now. We're checking people. He's like, Trump's in office. Boom. Out of my way.
Get out of my way. This is America. Whoa, what just happened? It was crazy, dude.
You know,
I don't know if we're supposed to get into an intro before we start talking about it.
No, dude. There's no intro, dude. I like this. No, this is perfect. I'm not trying to be formal on this thing anymore. I just whatever happens.
I loved it, man. It was
it's too much. It's too much right before the podcast.
I couldn't
like when I asked you to do it last week, you're like, no, let's do it next minute. I go, oh, on Inauguration Day at 1, right? Oh, yeah, this would be great.
Perfect. Let's go. What else could we talk about? It's insane.
Why talk about you filming a special? Why promote our careers?
It's 20 degrees here because hell has frozen over, my friend.
Well, I told you it's 17 here in Georgia, and it's 32 degrees in Anchorage, Alaska. What the hell?
Say, dude, the world is upside down. We're going to war in Panama, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, we're taking a canal back.
We're going to build the canal on the moon, I think, or on Mars. I think that's.
Dude, did you see Elon's reaction?
Oh, what a dork! Oh, what a freaking dork!
He was like, "Whoa."
What? One well-placed drone strike, and everything's cheaper.
Oh my god!
Just saying, dude. Elon's there, Bezos is there.
Oh,
well, I mean,
Bird, Zuck's just beside Bezos.
There, we got. It's the oligarchy, man. We're turning into Russia.
Oh, dude, Zuck's just there trying not to get stomped out like TikTok did for 6 hours yesterday.
Oh my gosh, I don't care about TikTok, but I want CapCut back.
Yeah, I know, right? We were talking about that before the show. I want
Mr. President, give me back CapCut. I don't care about the Gulf of America or Denali, McKinley. I don't care. I want CapCut back.
Yeah, I'm paying for it, dude. I got to go in here. I literally got to go to my settings and stop my payment because
I paid the annual fee. I'm screwed.
Oh, you paid the whole year?
Yeah,
you got
it's just money.
It's just
It'll
money.
Be there forever.
I do it monthly, man. I don't like that whole year stuff because I'm like scared. Like what just happened? That scares me more than anything. I think, well, what if they
be like, get my money back from the Chinese, Chase? Chase will do it.
Oh, Chase is pretty. Yeah, Chase is good. Chase is one of those good ones. Like Delta Credit Union. I'm with Delta Credit Union. They don't play around.
Yeah.
They don't play. They'll just go ahead and give you your money. And go. We'll go get them.
Yeah, that's what it is. I like it. Like, we put a letter in your account. What does that letter say? You got your money. Okay. Don't ask. Well, how'd you get it? No, you don't know.
You don't know. We set people.
We took care of it. That's all you need to know.
There was a blacked out SUV sent.
Landed a black Chinook and grabbed a bag of money. That's what we did.
Unmarked vehicles.
Unmarked, non-electric.
All gasoline.
Just the stuff he was saying, dude.
Like, so many shots.
This guy, that's all he could have done. Is like this dude right here.
Shots were fired there. My wife was even going, damn, because she's getting ready to go on a business trip, and she works for the auto industry. And he goes, "We're building cars." She was like, "Yeah,
we're building so many cars.
We're getting bonuses this year, baby."
All right, well, we'll see. I don't know, man. My wife is from Germany, and we are contemplating leaving the country at this point. She's like, the kids have automatic citizenship, and I can get you some if you want it. I'm like, maybe.
How do you get just some?
I get half citizenship? I don't know how it works.
Is that like a work release thing?
I'm so scared of America. I'm going to go by Germany. I don't know if you've read about their track record.
Oh, man. Jesus.
It's going to be a time. It's going to be a fun couple of weeks to watch.
Dude,
I will say this. Living in DC, here's what's going to happen. It's any comedy show is going to be a 22-year-old white woman screaming into a microphone for about a month. I was here in 2016. It was the same thing.
Yeah, if you want to go see a show where people don't talk about any politics, you can come see my show.
I don't talk about some politics. I talk about everybody. I hate them all, so I don't ever talk about just one side. I think they're all messed up.
Oh, they all are. They are. The only, I make a couple of shots here or there, mostly by the economy and stuff, but just it's just so stupid. But it's people pull back so hard. Even if you just make a little quick, little joke.
I love the show. I'm talking to people now. What makes me mad about politics is that they put us in camps, and you got to like all the things on all the side that side likes. So you got to like this, and you got to like this, and you got to like this. Even if,
and I don't agree with that.
I don't. I can be for, like I always tell them, I can be for God. I can be for guns and abortion, right? Because either way, kids are getting killed.
Exactly.
That's what both parties really want. It's just timing, Andy.
It is. It's just timing.
Whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You're going to lose viewers over that joke. And I'm sorry.
Dude, we don't have any.
Maybe you'll get.
Actually, we got more views when I stopped doing the podcast.
Did you say you were in the top 10 of comedy podcasts in Thailand? Is that what I heard?
I got an official letter. I'm like, how did I
you got a letter? Is it framed on your wall?
No, it's on Instagram though. I put it on Instagram.
Is it in English?
No, I didn't print it. I didn't frame it. I should have. I should.
Is it in English or did they send it to you?
No, it's in English. It's in English. It's from Apple.
That's hilarious.
It's
dude.
from Apple. And I was like,
I don't know. Andy.
Yeah, I don't know if the lady boys like us or what it is.
Well, according to Trump, they don't exist.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Yeah. Lady boys
are a man or a woman.
You're a man or a woman.
What if the top half looks one way and the bottom half looks another way? What are you then?
What do we do?
I mean, you said it. I don't know. Even I know there should be three, right? Complicated. That's what it should be. Like old MySpace. What's your relationship? Single, married, some other stuff. Can I cuss on your podcast? I don't remember.
Yeah, dude, I don't care. I
didn't ask.
No. I don't do this live anymore. So I mean, it's fine. I don't do this live.
People like you, Dewayne.
Yeah, I'm recording it and then I'm just uploading it to Spotify and all the 17, and then I'll put this up on YouTube, and if we don't get flagged, we don't get flagged. If we do, we do. But
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going the whole just straight record and put it out there thing, and it's doing a lot better than doing it live on Facebook and all that. And
Yeah, those are a pain, man.
yeah, I was doing that at first when I first started this thing because I did not mean to start a podcast. 5 years ago I did not want to have anything to do with a podcast, and then COVID happened, the lockdown, and I just started doing live shit because we didn't have comedy, on Facebook, and I started a group and just doing live like stupid shit just to keep my mind and have something to do while my wife worked all day in her office because that's what happens when you work remotely. You still have to work during COVID.
Yeah, and I had a job back then.
Yeah. So people said, well, you need to do a podcast. So we just started going live on Facebook, and then StreamYard came about, for idiots like me. And I was like, okay. And they say, you know what? I stumbled into doing this thing, and so, and then I abandoned it for about a year and a half now so I could focus on comedy because I just had too many things going on.
It was about time. You needed to get better.
I know. I sucked hard.
You're almost funny, Andy. And I hope I'm kidding. Andy's hilarious. There's a plug for Andy. Andy's the favorite dude I've worked with on the Pub and Grub tour is Andy Gunnin. Book him. He's awesome.
Thanks, brother. We had it. I don't know if you saw a guy quit comedy totally quit the bar comedy tour and comedy. So anyway,
who did?
The guy that was supposed to feature for you that I drove 8-9 hours to come feature for you. I'm not gonna say his name.
Okay, we need to talk offline.
Yeah, we'll talk offline.
Because I don't remember the name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were just really excited when you saw me and you knew I was coming.
I was excited because I know you and I can work together. Was that Arkansas show?
Mm-hmm.
They did not care for abortion jokes in Arkansas. Wisconsin also similar fate to those jokes. Those are for the Northeast and only the Northeast and the West Coast.
Yeah, I was just in Missouri. I would not try that in Missouri. I was in Missouri. I would not try that there.
It was great. They the guy talked to me after that show. I remember he goes, "Yeah, they didn't care for your abortion jokes." He said that we loved your set. You were great, but
that joke.
I know where you're at. I was like, but it's a new joke, and I'm trying it, and we're gonna see what happens. And I don't care.
Yeah, and you people need to hear it, and that's you need to even hear it more so.
30 seconds out of an hour, I'll take cold just to try the new stuff.
Right. Oh, dude, a guy made a comment Saturday night after my show about my Bud Light joke, which I don't really do anymore. But if the audience is not either they're really on board or they're not really, I don't know if they're really paying attention because they're kind of stale, I'll just throw it in there. And it's a callback joke for last year. Just a quick Bud Light thing. Yeah. It's not offensive. I've even had it approved by the LGBTQ community and the gays. They love it. I've done it at the Punchline. They've come up and hugged me.
Wait, is there a place you're supposed to send those jokes?
I guess. I don't know. They just came up and said, that's the best Bud Light joke we've ever heard. And we approve it. And I go, oh, well, thank you.
They sent you a letter too.
No, they didn't put it in writing. They didn't put it in writing. They just told me that. I was like, well, it was some lesbians and then 2 other gay dudes. And I was like, well, if I have a lesbian couple and a gay dude couple and they both agree, then I'm good.
That is true. That is true. I mean, we all do that. We all run our jokes by people of groups we're not in.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to. Hey, is that? Yes, never say that into a microphone.
Yeah, and I don't try to punch down because I've done open mics at gay bars in Atlanta when they had them there.
I'll go on record right now and say gay bars are the most fun bars on the planet.
Dude, I love gay bars. I love gay bars. Dude, I used to hang out at them, and when I was 21, and I loved them. And there was you would have so much fun, and they were just happy you were there. They're like, straight dude. They're like, yeah, come on, I'm cool with you if you're cool with me. And they're like, hell yeah, dude. Never drank so much free drinks in my life.
Well, you do have a nice.
I do,
and I know you got those sexy dice. So
yes, I got my sexy dice and my dreamy blue eyes.
Quit rolling fives. If you don't know that joke, watch Andy's set. Go see Andy in the show.
It's a good closer. It's a great closer joke.
Fun time.
I did that in the world, dude.
When looking up, is your family leaving the house? Is that what's
happening? I keep looking at the time because my wife's got to leave at 1:30. So I'm going to pause it because StreamYard now has a thing we can pause it, so my wife can walk out the front door and it doesn't record, and she can go get in the Uber.
Oh, that makes editing easier.
Yeah, I don't edit. So whatever happens on this thing, I just launch it.
Just like your comedy.
just like my comedy. I don't edit it. It's just like Joe says, are you ever going to edit? Nope, never. Joe with the World Series.
Hey, nope, man, you know what? That's the way we live now. That's good. That's how
Joe gets so mad because I roll out new bits for the competition all the time just to see what are they. He goes, why do you do new shit? You just like Sexy and Ice. I rolled it out at the World Series of Comedy at the Punchline here in Atlanta.
That was the first time you did it? Was that?
I was there. I ever did it. I did it there. Jamie Bendel was there, the owner. And I got done. Of course, I knew I wasn't going to move on, but it hit. It was so it hit.
I was at that show. That was my first World Series show.
Okay, were you there? I couldn't remember if you were there now.
Yeah.
It hit, and my wife was like, "Oh," because my wife was there. She's like, "Oh my god!" She goes, "It was," because she was deathly afraid of it. And she goes, "Are you going to do this?" I'm thinking about it. And Joe said something to me. Sometimes when Joe like says something, he's on edge. I'm like, "All right, I want to make it weird," Okay. He's like, "It's so because that joke's a 5-minute joke, basically."
Yeah, it's a long bit. It's true. It's.
I've chopped it down. I've chopped it down a little bit, but that one was a full 5-minute one, the first rollout. And then Jamie Bendel after that, which I'd hosted up to that point at the Punchline. Jamie came up to me after, and he goes, "Dude, I love that bit. That was the best bit. I loved it." And then he goes, "You're featuring on this show and this show." I was like, screw the World Series of Comedy. It just got me 4 more feature shows on the Punchline.
Well, here's the thing, man. I tell everybody this that I talk about World Series. If you're worried about the competition, you're thinking the wrong thing, man. And if you go to that, in any festival, really, I mean, if you're worried about if it's a competition, if you're worried about winning the competition, it's such a subjective art. Like, you can't do that. I tell comics that all the time. It's like, and they go there, you see it every World Series competition, man. They go and they show up and they're like, they're mad because they didn't get through or whatever. It's like, dude, you can't be. It's not like that. But the main thing is get there and shake hands and meet people and try and get gigs, man. That's what it's all about.
Right.
Promoting yourself and learning, meeting people, find people.
And then you get to see other people from all over the country, how strong your stuff stands up, and are you getting better? I mean,
and at least the good stuff, like doing a podcast on Inauguration Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Or doing comedy in a little whatever the heck that place was. We were outdoors not too long ago on the river where it was pouring rain.
Where were we?
I don't remember where that was. It was North Carolina or something like that. I don't remember where it was. It was outdoors.
We were in Kentucky. I got pulled over after that show and I got pulled over in Kentucky by the Kentucky State Trooper. Swear to God, the dude might have been 19. All of 19. And the drunk guy that was high and stoned was a car in front of me, and he pulled me over. And then I told him, I was like, "Hey, you pulled the wrong guy over. That guy was the one smoking weed and hammered." He's, "Well, your tire touched the white line." I was like, "Yeah, because I was going to try to go around him." And then I saw you were behind me, and I was like, "Well, I probably shouldn't do this right now."
Did he give you a ticket?
No. And he goes, "You been drinking?" I go, "No." And he goes, "What are you?" And I told him where we were, which was the only place on that mountain road.
Yeah.
We were in the middle of a mountain, and there's this little bar right at the hiking trail where the hiking trail comes out and spears off, and then it's outdoors.
Like or something.
Yeah. It's like a container. They took a container, cut a window, and built a porch.
Yeah, that's true. That's the building part of it. Is like a connex of some.
Yeah. And then we did a show. We did the outdoor show. Luckily, we had a roof. It was raining.
Yes.
And then he was assuming I had been there and been drinking, which I didn't. I was like, "Dude," I just looked at him. I was like, I breathed across my.
I'll blow you. No, wait, that's not what I meant. That's not what.
He goes, "Oh," and he looked up and he saw the car hauling ass off, and he goes, "Yeah, I guess I should have pulled that guy over." And I go, "Yeah, you should have."
But here's what we have learned today: is Andy doesn't drink at shows, and 2, he's a snitch.
Yeah,
that's what we've learned.
Yes. I will throw you under the bus so fast and run.
Later. Enjoy your space under this bus.
Yes. Great. Yeah. Luckily, he let me go. He's like, "All right." He saw I had a clear record. I was like, "Dude, I've never been in trouble. I'm not going to get in trouble, and I promise you."
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
I've got a whole new bit in my joke about my colonoscopy joke about like I've never been in trouble. And the day because I argued with my doctor this year about getting a colonoscopy, and he made me do Cologuard. And my whole thing was like, this is virgin territory. I know what this gets me if I ever go to jail. Because when I go to jail, this virgin ass is going on the block in the yard. Because I know how many Newports and honey buns, and I'm going to have me protection and a boyfriend right out the gate.
Here we sit.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Right there. Was it your first colonoscopy?
No, I didn't get it.
Oh, you
I
didn't.
talked him out of it and did the Cologuard test, and that was my argument to him.
I got it. That was your argument. I see what you're saying. Okay,
that was my
argument.
You were
good, and then he gave you that. And
yeah,
I think you're protesting too much right now. Is what I think is happening. I think what you're saying is you're trying to tell the internet that it's virgin, but
it's virgin.
In reality,
it's virgin. No, it's virgin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish this was a call-in show. I would have and be like, if you know, if you have different evidence, call in right now.
Man, when this thing airs, I really should go to the gay bars. Man, imagine the drinks I get bought.
I don't know, man. I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know if you'd rather have. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, would you rather have someone with no experience or someone? I don't know. I don't know how that would go.
Don't know either.
Congratulations, buddy. So now I unfortunately have had the colonoscopy, and I had two doctors. One came and goes, "Hey man, you're good, you're clear. See you in 10 years." The other one comes in and goes, "Actually, we need to see you in about a year." I'm like, I'm gonna talk to the first guy again.
Right?
It was miserable, dude. It's the prep. Everybody says it's the prep. That's the worst part. It was horrible. And
yeah, they say they got a new one now. You take a pill.
Yeah, well, that hasn't made it to the military healthcare system yet, as of a couple years ago, at least, because I got to drink that crap.
All I heard was the jug stuff. That's all I've ever heard.
Yeah, you make it. Yeah, you make it. You dump a bunch of powder in it and shake it up, and can't eat anything. Got to eat like hard candy and stuff and all that. It was miserable. And then I sat there for like 3 hours in the waiting room because they were so inefficient. And I get in and I'm so mad. I haven't eaten in 2 days. I'm mad. I've been sitting there for 3 hours. The guy's like, "Looks like your blood pressure is a little high." I'm like, "You think? You think? I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm pissed off. And you're about to shove 10 feet of freaking tube in my ass?" Yeah.
Right.
I'm good. I'm a little upset right now.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife was mad when I talked him out of it because, you know, I'm about to be 50 and she's like, "You never had one?" And she's had a couple and she's like, you know, she was like rooting for me to have one and like rooting for me to have a reason. And she was hoping and praying my Cologuard test came back inconclusive or negative. So I had to get it. I'm like, this is not really, you're really rooting for this?
I think your wife, maybe she's rolling a different number on that dice.
Yeah.
And she was number 4 is pegging. That's what number 5 is the ear. 4 is somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. She wants to peg me at some point.
The nonchalance with she wants to peg me. We have talked.
Yeah, she wants to peg
me. That's amazing. What the heck? I don't know what's going on in the Gunnin household, but
you don't want to know. I'm not allowed. I talk about enough. I talk about too much already. She's already mad about what I do talk about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's not mad. She's just like, "This is why I don't come to shows because you talk about sexy dice and all the other things and dollar cooter and that other stuff." And I'm like, "Well, that's funny stuff though. Funny stuff. And it's true and it's funny."
Yeah. Well, yeah. My wife unfortunately doesn't have the option of not being there because she helps me run our shows here. So sometimes I'll bring stuff on stage and she's like, "Yeah, I wish you would have run that by me."
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been fun.
Everybody knows in my family, even my seller, she's like even the whole blunt thing, like I was like, "All right, I won't talk about that." And then my wife got mad at my stepdaughter and she was like, "That's it. You can talk about it on stage." I'm like, "Yay."
Oh, that's a good way to do business right there. That's a good bargaining chip.
So everything is not on the table for comedy unless it gets approved by mom or my
That's a smart move on her part, dude. That's the bargaining chip.
She's used it before. She's
in your room.
I will give Andy permission to talk about this. I will give him permission to talk about this on stage.
That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. That's hilarious.
I'm like, I was like, "You're gonna have a whole hour special just
about your step."
It's about you.
My favorite line. Never mind. I won't even. I don't want to give your joke away, but I love it. The white cancer joke is the funniest stuff I've ever seen. I love it. I love it. So hey, if you're in Thailand, I just want to shout out, top 10 podcasts in Thailand that I'm on now. If you don't think that's going on my website,
hey, crazy. You bought a 300 and we.
What? I did bowl
you bought a 300 and week, and I use that every time I intro you, and that will forever use that every time I intro you if I'm in front of you.
I did roll 300 one time on the week. That was not easy to do. I'm just telling you, I was I was shocked as everybody. It was insane. It was the flick. It's a little flick of the wrist. That's all you need.
Yeah, I
I
remember
did
playing it.
blasting frames sitting down, just for the record. I just want to say that. I didn't even know you could do that. But I was like, can I do this? Whoosh. I was like, oh, I sure can. Strike.
Strike.
Let's go. I can 300 on a Wii all day. I'm trying to break 100 every time in real bowling, but
I honestly had forgot about Wii until I saw that at one time on your Instagram before we did a show, and I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely saying that," because everybody's gonna go, "What?"
when I first set up my studio here at the house, I put the Wii up, and I remembered like this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. But I'm too cheap to buy another video game system, so I have the Wii. I swear to God, I have in the closet. I got it from my home. I went home to my mom's house a couple years ago, and I have an original Nintendo Entertainment System here,
nice,
with like Duck Hunt and Mario. Bros.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
That's not worth anything. I've already looked it up. It's not worth enough to get rid of it. But
I did just sell an unopened PS1.
Wow.
Yeah, PS1. Yeah, I almost sold it for $1,000. I ended up selling $800 with a guy.
Dang.
And yeah, definitely. Hold on a second. This is okay. We're back. Sorry. Well, my wife had. This is the first time I've used that pause, so it worked, I guess, and we'll find out.
It immediately uploaded to recording. It said so.
Yeah. There's all kinds of new stuff in here, dude. When you go away from doing this for a year and a half, or they add all kinds of new shit. Which I wish they had.
StreamYard every week. We did a show during the pandemic. 3 friends of mine and I. We didn't call it a podcast. We called it a show, but it was essentially a podcast with the 4 of us, and we do some bits, and then we do a little banter at the end. It was great. But I hadn't used StreamYard, and I only use StreamYard when I'm podcasting with somebody now, and I log into there, so it's fine.
There you go. I was glad that you knew how to do it because now I drafted that letter because it was so funny that how many people I remembered, and I would have to fight like, hey, dude, I told you. You just need a mic and a plug-in microphone, dude, and then people show up with these and it's like, oh.
Yeah. How about my AirPods? It'll jack it up.
It'll jack it up, dude.
Nope,
won't work. It's like won't work. And so now that I'm focused on, now that they charge more, and I still pay for the service and keep it uploaded. Yeah. And I looked the other, a couple months ago, I was like, oh, they're starting to charge real money. And it's not just $20 a month, and I better start doing something with this.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was that much.
Well, you got I've got this.
StreamYard.
Well, you've got the StreamYard monthly to keep it up, and then the storage and the amount of storage space, and then you've got I do use Buzzsprout to launch it to all 17 platforms. So I'll just upload it to them, they launch it, and it's two things. That way I don't have to do editing, and then I don't have to upload all 17 things on my own, and that just takes so much time.
Yeah.
So I'm paying for the Buzzsprout, and then you got to pay for storage over there. So by the time you're done, it's like $120 a month, and it's like I need to start talking to my Thailand people because
they need to start sending some whatever their money is over to you. I don't know what it is, but send some of it.
And then they sent me some stats that go, hey, you're this far away from being able to get people to put commercials on your thing. I used to have a sponsor, and I have, since I haven't done it. So now Andy's back to doing podcasts and trying to get, I just want it covered. I'm not looking to make
break even. That's the goal all the time.
That's the goal. Like I tell you, when I do shows, look, I'm here to make money or break even. One of the two is going to happen,
Dude, everything costs like, well, this cap cut's going to be this much a month. And, to have this pro, you have to have this much a month. And then that's how they get you, man. I just want a company that does one thing that does all the things.
Right. And they have those, and it costs $1,000 a month because we have friends that are comedians that are at the point now having to do that. And I know, and I've toured with them, and I'm like, you're spending what?
Yeah. But if I can do that, I'll just pay someone to do all of it anyway. And then I don't have to mess with it. I can just write jokes. Here's a tip for everybody out there. We don't like doing social media. I just want y'all to know that up front. We hate it. It's the bane of our existence, but we do it because we have to. And
it's a requirement.
Like making clips. We just want to tell jokes and have a beer once in a while. That's all we want to do.
That's it. But no, we have to
play it. And now I'm glad TikTok's back. Thank God.
I'm not. I was hoping they're going to burn it to the ground and then restart it because I have been shadow banned for 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
I have been severely shadow banned for 4 years. And if you go look at my videos, you can look at them right now. they're 200, 300, and
Well, they shut
anything that.
down my whole account a few years ago.
Oh, you got that? See,
They
I
said it was
wish they probably
for
would. I wish
sexually
they would.
explicit stuff, and I'm like, I don't do that.
Right.
And I appealed it, and they're like, "Nah, we're going to keep it in place. Sorry." And I was like, "What?
Right.
Like what?" And there was no warning. I never got a warning. I never
Really?
got anything. I logged in one day. It's like, your account has been permanently banned. I was like,
What did you do?
nothing. The last video I put up, I'd been turkey hunting,
Uh-huh.
and I did I that morning I'd called a turkey. And if you don't know, for the viewers that don't know, that when you go turkey hunting, you act like a female turkey, and it's supposed to bring in a male turkey. Well, I brought in a whole bunch of female turkeys, and I made a joke about how the call must be made by Subaru. That was the last thing before they shut it down.
That'll do
if
it.
You could run that by your approval committee. See if I could do that on stage. I would appreciate it, Andy.
Yeah, my approval committee. We were talking about before the show. I have this Bud Light joke, and I don't use it that much, but I use it this weekend just to see if people are awake, because either hits or not. But and we and Dwayne were talking about how I was like, "Look, Lou, I've ran this joke because the guy made a comment after. He goes, man, because everybody pulled back pretty hard, but you kind of did a Mark Norman thing. He's like, hey, that's funny. And I go, it is, because you got to tell people it is funny. It's not offensive, because I had 2 gay couples approve my joke at the punchline when I did it there. I had a lesbian couple and I had 2 gay guys, and I'm like, I'm approved. And they said it's the best Bud Light joke, non-offensive Bud Light joke we've ever heard. So I'm like, and so I have said it ever since.
The most non-offensive Bud Light joke I've ever heard. That's a weird name for something,
right? Right.
So my wife just texted me that the inauguration continues. That he gave a whole nother second speech to the overflow room.
What? We went for second speech.
People. I don't know if he went over to Capital One Arena where they put all the
right.
folks that came in down, and
right, because my wife's like, why is there an arena? I go, because you're supposed to have it open to the public, and since they put it inside, I guess that's what they did, is they put them in the arena.
Put them in Capital One, which is now they're getting $14 chicken fingers. So that's what Capital One Arena is known for.
Oh, really?
Actually, it's probably like $18 chicken fingers, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I go there for the Caps games once in a while. Been a few concerts there. Had float over me in Capital One Arena. It was the greatest moment.
No, it's still live. He's still rolling. Yo, God. He is talking. He's still rolling. He's still rolling, dude. He's still talking.
Man.
He's still talking.
Just do the parade. It's like, are they doing the parade because it's cold? Maybe they killed the parade. Maybe that's
they probably killed the parade. Well,
I bet the people in the old guard are happy. That's the most miserable time, is when a big thing happens in DC and you're in the old guard. It's miserable. It's no fun. Oh my God. I took over the section that ran the state funerals 4 days before Reagan died.
Mm-hmm.
It was the worst week of my life. I was like, can I just go back to combat, please? Because that's way better.
Really?
Yeah, it was miserable, man. It was the worst week of my life. And it was great. Thank God the guy that I took over from was still in town. I'm like, would you please come in from leave and help me? I don't know what I'm doing. It was horrible.
So what were you in charge of exactly?
Ceremonies and special events. That was me, man. So I'd been there for a year. I did funerals out in the cemetery and stuff like that, and was marching in ceremonies and stuff like that. And then the second year I was there, I was the staff guy in charge of all that stuff. Basically, if people were in blue uniforms, I was running it. So
wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of moving parts. Huh?
Yeah, a ton. And so they do it. I mean, they have it smart. They have it split into different pieces, so you can kind of plug and play. It's not. It's not dumb the way they do it, but one person has to be kind of the overall guy, and it's no bueno, man. There's a lot. If you look at that, at the parade itself, when they do a state funeral, right, just the formations alone are 12 by 12. You got 144 people in each one of those little marching units, and you're like, that's a lot of people in this town.
That's a lot, because the town's pretty tight around there.
Yeah,
it's tight around that area.
It
is interesting. I've been, I go through there a lot, and it's like I've kind of figured it out. And last time I was there was 2 years ago. I was downtown. I was literally 2 blocks or 3 blocks from the Capitol. I mean, it was like right there. And we were at some studio, and me and a bunch of comedians were meeting with some guys about possibly a presidential comedy tour and all this stuff. And so we met there, and then one of the guys that lived there, we were walking out, and goes, hey, and I had my Toyota truck parked right out front of the studio on the street right there. And he was like, just want to let you know, you need to get in your truck and get out of here as fast as you can. And he goes, it's about to get dark and they will come after you. And I go, what? He goes, if your truck getting,
like that.
Because if your truck getting broke into right now.
Wait, I want to go back because I think I know this guy that you're talking about.
Which guy?
Was the presidential comedy tour?
Yeah. What about?
Was there a Benjamin Franklin impersonator involved in this?
Yes, correct. I was coming through town there, yeah, and so you know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know exactly
what a freaking shit show that was gonna be, dude.
Oh my god!
Like, I want you to be in this. Like, no, I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought, and then of course it fizzled and nothing ever happened. So I was like, shocker.
I just went. I'm not doing this. I'm done. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You can make $1 million. Yeah, I won't.
That dude.
We need to talk offline about this, bro.
Yeah, we can talk offline about it.
Sorry. I don't know if you just said that, and I immediately had these weird, horrible PTSD flashbacks of some conversations.
We never did a show.
Dude, it was a terrible idea.
Yeah, I know. But I was ready to ride it and see what it would do.
I was not. I went
let's
to
see what happens.
Meeting.
I was like, let's see what happens.
We would have met earlier.
And yes, we would have met a lot earlier.
What position would you have played? You were going to be the conservative guy, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
maybe that, because that's what they were going to probably have me do too. But
well, they had what was his name? I just did a show with that we met, and then he and I just did a show for like 300 people. We had a great show. Not Robert.
Robert Mack.
Yeah, Robert Mack.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
Yeah, so I met Robert Mack in that meeting, and
yeah.
I was like, dude, I really want to do some shows with you. So he and I both talked. It's like, all right, well, let's both just ride and see what happens. He goes, I don't think anything was like, he goes, I'll sign on if you sign. And I said, okay, let's, at least there's an experienced guy like Robert Mack. And then I'm like, okay, I'm at least comfortable. There's somebody solid in the mix here.
For sure.
And then of course nothing ever happened. And then he and I just did our first show a couple months ago in Pennsylvania. We did a room for 300 people, and it was so good. It was. I'll
tell you what, man. That I think, and I say this sincerely, but I think that dude's the best joke writer in this city.
He's so good. It's so smart. Funny.
It's
very
good. Smart. I've done some. I did this one. I headlined this winery show. He did a couple years. He had a couple years ago out here in Bull Run, and he told me, he's like, "All right, your jokes need to be clean and intelligent." I'm like, "Well, I can do half of that." So you tell me which half you prefer. And we will. So they were clean.
Yeah, we did a show and we had to be clean, and which is fine, and I'm good with that.
And his brand.
And but I got done, and I was a good feature for him because he just went over there and went and then so we got done, and I'm over there selling my my flea market of merch, and he's sitting there, he only has a few things he's talking to me. He goes, oh, by the way, he goes, I love that term sugar hooker. That is the best thing. He goes, and I was thinking he should put that on the shirt. He goes, and then you open up a suitcase and it's a Walmart of sugar hooker shit. I go, yeah.
You do have a lot of merch, my friend. I will say that. You have a lot of choices.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, I bring one type of black t-shirt and maybe some stickers if I feel like it. Andy has 700 colors of shirts, hats, thongs, t-shirts, tank tops, yarmulkes, whatever. He has so many things. And every time I see him, I go, you have too much stuff. And then he outsells me at every show. I think it's because of your merch pitch. I'm like, hey, I got shirts. You want to buy one? Buy one. And you go, I'm broke. They don't pay me enough to be here. I'm going to sell the meal that the bar gives me on the way home to get gas money if you don't buy t-shirts. Your merch pitch is way more effective than mine.
Yeah.
Every time I see you, I go, man, this dude has too much stuff. And then you sell so much.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Dude, you got to. There's no way to do this anymore unless you do it.
Yeah. One of my buddies told me, he's like, yeah, he goes, I think I'm just destined to be a feature because I just like selling t-shirts. I sold a bunch this weekend. I was in Jersey at some Eagles Lodge or something.
Dude, Eagles Lodges are the
best.
Love to buy stuff. They I didn't sell a whole lot of merch this week.
You got to talk slow.
Yeah, I noticed that. I've done the Eagles. You've got to, you got to let
No,
everything
they were great.
sit.
They were rowdy.
You get
as shit.
everything.
They were great.
I've done some Eagles shows up there in PN, and you're like, I'm like, okay, this is a different tempo. There's a different tempo.
Outside. Well, I just had to go in on them because they were really rowdy. Thank God for bar shows like the ones we do all the time together. Thank God for those. They prep you for that when the crowds are rowdy and crazy, and you're just like, all right,
God,
lady.
Yeah.
There was a lady in the front row. I watched her the whole time. Every time somebody would say something, she would reach over to the girl next to her and literally grab a handful of hair and yank it. And I got up. I was like, "What is wrong with you? Like, who does that? That's not. I've never seen that." And she was like, and she got mad at me and started flipping me off the whole show. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. See, everybody else is laughing. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
I wish to God I'd have filmed it. I have audio of it, and it's hilarious. She was so mad because I was like, I don't care about you. You can flip me off all day. I don't give a good goddamn. I got paid. I don't give a shit. But everybody else had fun. I had fun.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I had a good time in Missouri. They were weird. They were hitting. They would laugh on things that most people don't, and just it was weird. But I didn't sell a lot of merch. I only sold like 3 shirts. And
well, did you take like EBT cards?
Was that?
Did you take EBT?
Dude, I take everything. You know that.
Card?
I have.
No, like
I have a credit card thing. I have everything. I take everything.
No, like,
I'll take a kid. I don't care.
I take a kid. I would not take a kid. I would give a kid as change.
Yeah, I would give a kid.
I would do that. Be like, well,
I drove
don't have change for
one way.
40
I sold 3 shirts. I just thank God. I thank God I was headlining and I wasn't featuring. I would have been pissed. But anyways, but the owner was super cool. He tipped me.
Is that a Pub and Grub show or what?
No. This was a comedian company show.
Very nice.
Comedian company show. It's a new place out in Missouri. It's called the Tokyo Club. They've only been open for like a couple of months, and so they'd been doing some shows with some local guys, and then they kind of ran the because it's in a college, it's beside a college, Columbia College. So they had a bunch of college kids and a bunch of little, I guess open mic guys, and he said, yeah, and they were on, and the guy, the manager was like, yeah. We've done several, these. I said, yeah, I saw online. I go, how they go? He goes, well, we kind of run the gamut because everybody talks about the same thing. All college kids talk about is wieners and weed and get really graphic, and it's the same thing over and over. And we had some people going, hey, can we get some different comedy in here, like some actual comedians? So
can we get some people with life experience, please?
Yeah. So and he goes, and it's a retro arcade too. Dude, it's cool as shit. They have all kinds of retro shit, and it's really done well. They got
do a set, and I'm gonna play Dig Dug.
Yeah, exactly. And they have a whole comedy club off to the side, and it's soundproof and everything. You can't hear anything.
Not like that place we did in Carolina.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
Appalachian State,
way better than Appalachian State. I'm going to tell you that. And I did that place twice. That's how much I hate myself.
Yeah, that place.
And I did it. Yeah, but they packed it out with 80-something people, and the guy was like, "Hey, man, most of our crowd that comes to this thing are 30 to 65." I go, "Dude, that's my demo. That's my demographic. Because and that's why we hired for you to come out and to kind of relate to them." And I said, "Perfect." But it was weird. They were good. It was a good show. I had a great time. It was a good crowd. They just didn't buy a lot of merch, and I was like, "Look, it's into January." And I talked to the lady. She goes, "Yeah, everybody."
Give them a very sad pitch. Did you do the "Arms of the Angel" song or something like that? I need you to give me gas money in the arms of the
dude.
Give them the sad pitch.
Yeah, I think I went too hard into it. I think I went too hard. Like I drove 700 miles just for the show.
There's a middle ground, Andy. You gotta.
I know, dude. There's a middle ground. I think I went too far.
You're like, I don't need your.
But the owner heard it. Yeah, the owner heard it, and the owner tipped me very well, like 150% plus of what I was originally paid. Like he took care of me. He
$12.
Yeah, sweet. So I made $12. So he made it worth the while. He wants to bring back, and he's talking about doing some festivals. So anyways, that's awesome. We'll be talking because he wants some more comedians to come back that way through there. So I don't know what he's gonna do. So, but I told him he's got to go through a comedian company first. So, but whatever, because I don't go around that unless you know that whole thing.
Cool.
But anyways,
we're gonna start this podcast.
Yeah, we need to start the podcast at some point.
And he's at his dining room. No more having a dining room table, doing a podcast.
Yeah, I got rid of the dining room table.
No, I heard on the last podcast.
Yeah. It's a merch. Dude. My heat press, my hat press, and my shirt press is right here in front of me.
That's what we should do. We have no reason to have a dining room. We're empty nesters now. We don't eat in the dining room anymore. We eat over the sink like good human beings.
We never
That's
did.
how you're supposed to, or we watch TV.
I know. I donated $1,000 dining room table.
I hate it. My wife when I was listening to your podcast, and I was like, we should get rid of ours. And then, like 2 weeks ago, my wife refinished our dining room table, so it looks amazing. And I'm like, well, shoot, we can't get rid of the damn thing now. She just put in a bunch of work.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
What
are you gonna do? So tell me about the special. Let's talk about your special. That's really why we were here.
Special.
Yeah. So you recorded a comedy special. I'm assuming you've recorded professionally on your iPhone. Which one did you do?
Not on my iPhone. I think we had like 7 cameras, man. It was insane.
All right, walk me through this because several of us comedians that are kind of in the same area have started, launching either their own or they got a dry bar. So you did your own on your own dime, right?
On my own. Now, so yes, I filmed it on my own. I was going to do it on my own and release it. Luckily, it got picked up by Comedy Dynamics, so they're distributing it. Comes out next month. But yeah, I was already planning to film it last June. And just kind of got in touch with them and we talked, and yeah, next thing you know, they're like, yeah, we'll distribute it for you. And so they picked it up. So I'm just waiting. The good news is they're putting out. The bad news is it took a little longer to get out because they're in LA and producing things the right way, as opposed to I would have been like, here's YouTube. But
Right.
yeah, man, it's cool, man, because things just fell into place. Like we're getting ready to film it, and a guy started coming to my mic. He's a Marine Corps vet, good friend of mine. We started talking, and I was like, yeah, I'm filming a special. I still got to figure out who I'm going to get to film it. Actually, I just had the date, and he's like, I run a production company. And I'm like, what? And we started talking. He was the greatest dude ever. Abe Musavi, Musa Visual Entertainment. I forgot, must group his name, but Musa Visual Media. That's what it is. I knew I was going to screw it up. Super cool dude. And he filmed it, and I've never seen somebody work so hard, man. He went up there like I was in Pennsylvania at this little club in Hanover, Pennsylvania that I was going to be at that I love to death called the Church of Satire. And yeah, man, just had a blast filming it. And yeah, it'll be out next month, February 25th.
Cool. February 25th. And it's going to be on your website.
It'll be on my website. Yeah, if you can check out DewayneWhiteComedy.com, there'll be links to everywhere you can find it.
Now, where are they going to launch it? Are they going to launch it on YouTube, or what's their
Apple TV and Amazon Prime for sure. Still waiting. I have a meeting hopefully this week, I think it is, that we'll iron out some of the details. They're still pitching it to a bunch of other places too. So we'll see what happens. So yeah.
So far right now is Apple TV and Amazon.
Yeah, for sure, Amazon Prime and Apple TV. That's where we'll go. And then it'll end up on Tubi and the free V, whatever. That's all our
doesn't matter, whatever.
And YouTube and all that. You'll see what happens. But
right.
Yeah.
Well, cool, good. So, what for those who don't know, because I haven't even began to think about that on my own or anything. Yeah. I'm actually was thinking about dry bar, but several people like my buddy AJ Wilson, he's done 2 now on his own.
Yeah,
and you've done 1 on your own, and I've watched him go through everything he did for his, and he was he was doing a lot on his own.
Yeah,
and he had a production coming, then he had editors, and it got hung up in editing, and he almost blew some like it was crazy. Like it took him, I think, a year to get it out because there was so much.
Almost going to be a year. I mean, it's.
So when did you? So are you on that same timeline? Is that what?
It's a long timeline. So especially if Comedy Dynamics, they sent me a thing, and I knew it was going to be a while. If you got it to them by a certain date, they have a whole chart. Like, okay, if you get it to us in August, it'll be out by January or whatever. But it does take several months once they get it. So it did get hung up in editing a little bit, but I mean, Abe did all my editing and everything like that too. So he did an amazing job. Dude is killer. But yeah, so that took a little bit, and then you get it to them, and then they go through all that stuff. But yeah, it's a big undertaking.
I don't doubt it.
Right. You see a lot of people like, hey, I'm doing a special, and it's right, like you said, it's like on their iPhone,
right?
And you're like, dude, are you sure you want to put this out?
Right.
Yeah, super proud of it, super excited about it. It's great. Called Dewayne White, a boy named Shannon, and if you don't know why that is, then watch the special, and you'll figure out why.
There you go.
I'm not saying that it's because of Dwayne's my middle name and my parents named me a stupid first name, but that might have something to do with it. But yeah, man, it was great.
Yeah, for those that are listening, I don't know if you can tell, Dewayne is Dwayne, and he is not. He's very Caucasian.
I am a white dude named Dwayne. We have those. They are there.
I hope I didn't give away the special. But
no, you didn't give up, by the way. But my real first name is Shannon, and that's what you need to know.
He fulfills his name. His last name White. He is 100% last name. He is white.
That is facts. I get my 23andMe, and I am very white. I'm like Scandinavian white. It is.
Hey,
my parents lied to me my whole life and told me I was part Cherokee Indian because I'm from the Midwest, and that's what everybody says. And then I got that, and it was like they sent me a letter that's like, by the way, you're nothing to do with any kind of Native American at all. It was a separate email. I don't know what that was. I don't know why they did that.
You like, know, 23andMe went bankrupt, and they're being bought. Who was buying them? I talked about it. I don't think on the last pod. TikTok's buying.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
That's why they shut it down yesterday. They had to buy 23andMe.
I didn't know they died. I didn't know they were done. They went under, but yeah.
Yeah, they went under.
Good run.
And they're selling. So everybody's DNA is up for sale. And I forgot what the company was. Oh, I got to look this up because.
Well, I'm glad I didn't do 23andMe. Actually, I did Ancestry.com.
Oh, you did? You did Ancestry?
I wasn't gonna do it. Okay, I was like super conspiracy theory against it. I was like, oh, because I used to work in like chem bio world and stuff, and I was like, man, they're gonna have our data, they're gonna do this, and then they can make bioweapons, like whatever.
I was the same way.
Yeah, so I didn't do it, and then like anything else, I was auditioning for a reality show that required you to do that. It was like this thing where they were gonna find something cool in your past that you didn't know about, and then do so they did it for me, and they picked Ancestry.com, and thank God. I mean, like that's a scary thought for a show because like you do that and they own they're like, hey, if your results are good, we won't send, or if you're going to be on the show, we won't send your results. So they sent me the results. I'm like, well, that means I didn't make it. But that was the final audition. That was fine, before they'd spend the money on you. But so I got my free Ancestry thing done. But it's BS. It's like, you might not like cilantro. I was like, what? What does that mean? I love cilantro. Like your second toe is longer than your big toe, probably. I'm like, well, you got me there. That is true.
Yeah, it's Blackstone. Blackstone, it was buying it. So, and they were buying Ancestry.com, not 23andMe. So your shit just got sold. So you're screwed. So now Blackstone owns.
Who is Blackstone? Where are they from?
Do you know who Blackstone is? You don't know who Blackstone is?
Is it a band?
No, it's okay. So here's what Blackstone is. Blackstone is a major conglomerate, and they've been going around. They've been buying up houses all over the country. They own probably somewhere in the neighborhood of several hundreds of thousands of homes. And what their goal is to do is to go in and buy all these houses, and then they rent houses to you. Blackstone, there's three different companies. There's Blackstone, and then there's two subsidiaries, and they've been going across the country, like all over. So like if you houses for sale or that are disparaged or whatever, they're going in and buying them. So if I put my house up for sale, Blackstone could come in and buy it. And then what they do is they're owning houses, and their goal is to own so many houses and all the houses in America that they're renting houses to you. That's their goal, is to basically own everything and rent everything and control the housing market.
I'm going to privatize your neighborhood.
Yes, they're going to. And they've done it to a lot of neighborhoods in the Midwest and Utah, and they're doing it in Georgia. They've come into Georgia hard and heavy. And so, like, there's like the Decatur to Cab around here, they own primarily the majority of the county. So it's a thing. And look into it, look it up. It's I won't get into the whole details of it because it's a whole podcast.
What is Blackstone going to do with my DNA? How are they going to use the fact that I'm not supposed to like cilantro?
And you never know. You never know. But no, I would be, I don't know. I don't know.
Blackstone, is that what they're called?
Blackstone. Yeah, look it up.
Oh man, I thought it was like Black Rock or whatever that contractor was back in the day. I was like,
it's like that. It's like that. It's kind of like that.
We're gonna take over. No rules.
Yeah, Blackstone was spending $4.7 billion to acquire Ancestry.com.
Well, I'm not happy with that. You just ruined my life.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do with you, brother. They're going to
There's only like 8 of us that did Ancestry ever on that one. Everybody does 23andMe, and they know that. What's the difference? It's the dumbest thing ever. Every so often I log in, they're like, "Ooh, we got new information." How do you have new information?
Yeah. How do you
Like,
have
my
new?
DNA didn't change, you know what I
Right.
mean? And it's not like new information like, "Hey, you have a relative you didn't know about." It's like, "Hey, here's some new information. You might also think ginger sucks," or what. I was like, "What is this? I don't need this."
You're telling me what I may or may not
Yeah,
like.
yeah. I love cilantro, by the way, just for the record.
Yeah, I love cilantro too. I put it on everything.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently my whole life I told everybody I was like, I'm German, Irish, and Cherokee Indian.
Mm.
And then I learned that I was German, English, and Swedish and Norwegian and all. I'm like uber white, whatever. They're like, you're
But
not
you're not
white.
Irish on any level.
I think I had a little tiny Irish.
A little tiny. I'm a lot
You
Irish.
shouldn't call it that. That's also what I call my penis.
Oh my God.
Little tiny Irish.
Yeah, I didn't do that, but I do know where. But yeah, I'm mostly Irish, but also like a lot of other, like European and French. And the only reason I know is because our families, both our sides of the family, did books on each other, and goes to before the internet, so I didn't have to put all my shit out there and send my DNA away to Blackstone.
Spit in a tube to figure shit out.
Yeah, spit in a tube or pee in a tube or whatever. I don't like fluids in tubes. Like I did not like doing my Cologuard test, and I told you that, and I tell people that I don't like fluids in tubes. It's not fun.
It's a good call. That's a good rule to follow, actually. Fluids and tubes.
So let me ask a dumb question about your special. Sorry about that. So for folks that are comedians and thinking about doing a special, like I should do a special, like I'm not, and I've been weird about like, should I do dry bar? Should I try to do that? And everybody,
yeah, the option to dry bar or do dry bar.
Yeah, I've been talking to them. I just have not fully submitted. And I've been talking to several comedian friends that we know that I've worked with that have done them. And I've asked them, and they're like, "We'll help you. We'll help you structure your set to clean it up to where they want it, to what they want."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay." And and they were like, "Just call me first." So I've talked to them a little bit, but I haven't pulled the trigger. But doing it on your own, because I've got several friends here in Atlanta that are doing some on their own. And luckily you got picked up by distributors, which takes a lot of pressure off and a lot of things off. So like,
sort of.
Everybody wants to get out there and
it creates different. Getting a distributor created different problems. I'll say it that way.
Well, of course, I'm sure that's not what I'm asking. It's like, okay, so what was your mindset like when you said, okay, I'm going to shoot a special and here's my goal? What was your goal and why? What was that? I mean, everybody's got a different one.
Yeah, no, the goal is just exposure, to be perfectly honest. I mean, is to get something out there that people can see, to, because, I'm at the level I'm at, but it was time. Like, I want to up the game. I want to get this stuff out there so that everybody can see it, as opposed to just seeing it live. And YouTube clips here and there or whatever. I want to do the whole thing. I had a buddy of mine, he shot one and he really convinced me to do it. He's like, man, you got to do it. You got to get it out there. And, so that's really what it's about. I don't have any delusions of making billions of dollars off this thing. But just to have folks out there, and it has helped too when you reach out to clubs or reach out to people to book you, like, hey, I got a special coming out next month, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. So just that's the goal, that's the hope, is that it's out there. And I wanted something that was good, but I didn't want to wait forever until I'm and I wanted it to kind of be what I wanted it to be. And so it was a small club, intimate club, which I really like, and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I just felt like it was time to get it out there and get this stuff out there. And it also forced me to be like, okay, stop doing these jokes. It's time to start getting some other stuff out once this thing drops. So.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that was what my next question. Because now you gotta, are you going to keep doing that material? Or you're just going to drop it?
No,
everybody says they're like, I don't think you should stop doing it, especially
But so here's the thing. I remember Nikki Glazer saying this about like 2 specials ago that she put out, is that she wished she would have filmed it a little bit later, because the jokes that she had weren't as good as they are now, something like that. And I feel that way about a few of the jokes. Most of them were older stuff that I've been doing for several years, but some of the stuff was stuff that I really had really just started exploring it, and it was good, but I like it 100 times better now, and so it was I don't think I'd stop it completely, especially I just think I have more developed versions of the stuff now that I like.
I keep thinking of, I keep changing different ones, and I've done in my stuff. I've changed 3 of the jokes that I've been doing for 2.5, 3 years. I've just changed them recently.
Yeah, well,
and I'm like, oh, I like that better.
The beauty of this process, right? Is like you
Right.
do something and then all of a sudden something happens. You're like, dude, that's perfect for that
Right.
that I wrote 4 years ago, and or 5 years ago, and I did this bit, and I was like, oh, and somebody will say something, or you'll hear something, or something will happen, and you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There's the best ending to that joke that I could
Right.
have thought of, and so you want to put it out there, but at the same time, it's like, yep, it's there. It's,
Did you set like a budget or anything when you first started planning? Did you say, okay, I'm going to do one. I'm going to plan to spend this and try not to spend it, or what was your process there, or did you just say, screw it, I'm just going to start talking to
just
people?
throw all the money I have against it. No, I had an idea of
Mhm.
what I wanted to spend.
Mhm.
I got lucky because again, Abe being a vet, he cut me a pretty good deal on all the process, all that stuff. But
Right.
it wasn't quite as expensive as I thought it was going to be.
Okay, that's good.
To be honest, again, it was a small club, so I didn't need a ton, but as far as that goes, but I got over. I'm not gonna lie. I know I got over on price because if I'd had anybody but this guy do it to go
Mhm.
up there days and days in advance and set stuff up and
Because I've
drive
heard
up.
different numbers of people throwing 10,000, 20,000 at five, and I'm like, okay, where's the bang for the buck in middle road? That's
Yeah, I think I hit
that's
the
the
middle
whole
road pretty good. You know what I mean?
right.
Um, and
I'm
again,
not trying to
I
ask
don't.
you how much, if you don't feel comfortable
No,
talking
no,
about
I'm
it,
not
but
gonna
I'm
say it
just
on the podcast. I'll tell you offline. We can talk
right.
numbers.
Yeah, no, I'm not asking you online, but people
Um,
need to know. Like,
no, I
look, when
mean
people
it
say
is a valid question because the first time you do anything, right? You don't know what the hell you're doing.
right,
And it was a really good learning experience, and I'd watched two of my buddies, really close buddies, film theirs the year prior, and I saw the things they did that I liked, and I saw the things they did that I didn't like, and
hmm
like for example, two of my buddies shot specials and they did one night, and dude, thank God I didn't do one night because I did not love the first night. To be
okay,
honest, I felt tight. I felt, nervous
right,
about it. I
right,
just drove back all the way from Erie, Pennsylvania, all the way to the other side of the state that morning, and I was like tired, and so I think having two nights took a lot of that pressure off, and it allowed me to tweak things that I didn't like the way I said them the first night, or hey, I didn't get the reaction I thought I should have gotten the first night, or whatever.
right.
Um, it added some problems too, with like blocking and stuff like that. It's like, making sure. And that's one thing Abe did. It was great. He had this whole stage taped exactly the same. So I knew exactly where to put the mic stand, exactly where to put the stool and stuff, so it was pretty
So
funny.
he re-blocked you after the first
No,
show, or
he had it set
before?
up that way before the first
Okay,
night. So the first night and the second night look very identical. It's like he can tell where it's at, but
right,
I can't tell where differences are that much.
right.
Down,
And those are all key small things that people don't think about, and comedians
yeah,
don't think about. We're like, oh, I'm gonna shoot my own special and get a buddy to do it. And I was like, there's blocking,
yeah,
you got to wear the same clothes, you got to have everything, there's and I only know that from working in the movie and television
yeah. But
stuff.
it's the
So,
same. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but
you
it's
do.
a key thing when you're filming this, because you're filming a TV show, you're
Yeah, yeah,
filming a movie.
essentially, yeah. And so, I mean, it's a pain, and it was weird, because I try to be pretty loose, and
Mhm.
I grabbed the mic stand and I messed with the mic stand, so I had to really. That was hard for me because like I had to leave the mic stand over there until the same joke the second night when I pulled it over, and so it was that part was a little difficult because I think that's probably why I felt so tight the first night was because I was like, okay, all this
You're
stuff.
out of your element.
I got to
You were
think
doing
about all these
something different,
things.
because
Yeah,
we pick up bad habits doing bar shows and doing these things and trying just to be
oh,
comfortable, and then you
sure.
grab the mic stand. You're like, why am I not grab? Why am I
I'm
grabbing the mic stand?
I'm leaning
Yeah,
on it or I'm
yeah,
doing yeah, it's like, what the hell am I doing? This is not, I don't wanna look like that guy, but,
right,
and
right.
it's just a nervous habit or whatever, and
hmm
especially if I was, like, thumbing the mic stand or whatever,
Yep.
doing dumb shit that would stand out. The second night, I was even joking about it. I was like, "Oh, can't do," because, like, I did a merch pitch, the second night, and I was like, I just out of habit, I threw the T-shirt on the stool, and I just heard him from the back go, and I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I gotta move that." I grabbed my shirt and threw it off the side, like I was saying, I'll get back into it. It was nuts. There's a lot of little stuff you got to think about. It's
Oh
quick, same jeans, same shirt, same jacket, all that. But it was fun. It was such a learning experience, And like I said,
yeah.
I don't have delusions of grandeur that's going to be, on Netflix's top 10 anytime
Mhm.
soon. But it's out there, And then the next one I do will be better and bigger, and we'll see. So yeah.
That's good. I'm glad you're doing it.
Trying to
I'm
up
really,
those numbers, man. Trying to get
we
those
got to become a
followers.
draw. Like, we got to become a draw. Got to have you. We've got to have those numbers. I mean, I've been. So now my merch pitch has a different thing because I've started adding the last several weeks is that, if you can't afford to buy anything, I understand. At least come by and shake my hand and tell me that you like the show or you didn't like the show. I don't care, but follow me on Instagram. I'm pushing the follow me on Instagram. And Josh Adam Myers had the best advice for me when I hosted for him at the Punchline last summer. And he was like, he even said, he goes, I have been so bad about not asking for follow. He don't sell merch anymore. He stands there with a QR code and stands there at the exit and makes people scan it because he goes, look, I've been headlining and I've got a manager and agency. He goes, they're mad at me. And he goes, I'm just now getting to 100,000 followers. He goes, I've had barely 20,000 followers. And he tours like Jelly Roll and opens Jelly Roll. And he has Jelly Roll put the QR. But I'm starting to do the whole, and I've always been like, I hate, follow me. I've always hated that.
No, but it's the game, dude.
But you have to. And so now my whole is like, I do the thing. Please come by, gas tank. I do my whole woe is me,
Poor man.
Yeah, my poor man.
It's a hard time to get back to my pool in Georgia. And
dude, I was so conscious of not putting my pool in so many videos for so long because I was like, well, you got a pool, motherfucker.
It's not a very nice one.
No.
Let's talk about pool, man.
It's my wife's. I just married right.
We got half a pool in our backyard.
I was about to say, is your pool done yet?
No, it got cold. It snowed here like crazy.
That's right. Yes, right. Because it's slant. I thought you might got it finished before.
No, they almost did, and then the weather came, and just the world went to hell. And we failed one inspection.
Oh,
and so that's what did it. And then it put us behind by a week, and then the snow came, and now it's just like,
we'll see you next summer.
Well, it'll be in by April.
Well, yeah, April. We'll see you.
All we got to do now. I mean, the pool's in.
Right.
The pool's in. Everything's there. Yeah. We just got to do the concrete around it, and then the plaster, and we're done.
Gotcha.
But it definitely hit a standstill. They haven't done shit since October. It's freaking horrible. And every time it starts to thaw, I mean, even the pool lady came by the other day, the project manager. I'm like, why are you here? She's like, I can't go in the backyard because it's too slick and it's not safe. I'm like, well, then don't. And why are you at my house then? Because you can't do nothing. I'm not surprised, but
right.
But the fence people were supposed to come by, and my poor neighbor, they're going to fence with us with the pool, and they dumped both of our fence stuff in their driveway, and it's been there for a month.
Oh,
because it's too snowy.
Yeah, he's the ground solid.
Yeah, it ain't that. Yeah, but this ain't going to help either because it's cold now. So
I know. We're under snow advisory here in Georgia again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, supposed to.
I lived in Georgia for a couple of years. It snowed once.
Yeah, well, it's either hit or miss. I can't believe we got snow a week ago, and now we're under the same advisory we were last week, and they're like, "Oh, it's just going to be flurries and a little bit, 4 inches." I was like, "What the frick?" And I lost the show because of it.
Oh yeah,
and then it almost messed up my second show in Savannah, but there wasn't snow down there. It was just so cold. We were like, people didn't want to get out, but we ended up with 65 people, 70 people, so it was great. But
that's good. Yeah, I heard it was a good show.
It was a great show. I had a good show. I was nervous. It was my first set of the year, and it was my first headlining set of the year. And I was like, I haven't had a warm up. I'm like, woo,
Sometimes those are the most fun, though, man. Honestly, I sometimes when you think you're going to be cold.
Yep.
You come out and you're like, all right, let's see what happens. And it's almost like you're like, well, this could go bad, and it's okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, my whole plan went out the back window. Yeah, my whole plan went right out the back window. Like, nope. Oh, yeah.
I know that feeling. Yeah.
And they just rode with it. They rode with it, and I rode with them. Yeah, because the owner of the club, he was cool, but he was very, he was like. He was a little bit, he was like, man, because he was nervous about the people. We had like 20 tickets sold, and I was like, he was out there beating the streets. I'll give it to Tom. He was out there beating the streets, handing out flyers to every tourist, everybody that walked anywhere near River Street or the club. And so we ended up, with a good turnout. And then he's like, looking at me, and he's like, you better be good. This is the first show of the year, and I booked you. And I was like, well, you booked me.
What are you?
Did you see my video?
You know who I am. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You better be good. Your video sucked, but I hope you're good.
You know what's so funny? Steve Sabo has told me that before.
That your video sucks?
He goes, "You're not." I love Steve to death. Don't get me wrong. I love Steve. Steve's a buddy of mine, and he is huge. He's been a huge part of a lot of the shows and a mentor with his book, How to Fail at
It's
Comedy.
amazing.
I encourage. I tell everybody, get that book no matter
Such
where
a good
you are. It's such a good book. But Steve's so cool, and he's like, but I love the honesty. I love guys like him and Jeff Shaw who just tell me straight out, "Hey, like that sucks," or "Hey, you know." But he told me one day, he's like, he goes, "You're funny. I love booking you and doing shows with you, but on video, it does not come out that way.
Yeah.
You are not as good on video as you are in person." I go, "Huh?"
I hate the video. The video, dude, it's the worst. What video do I want to send to these
Yeah.
guys? You know, because you're like,
Right.
well, this is good, but I did this thing that bookers hate, or hey, the jokes. I said it this way, and I didn't like the way I said it, or you know, I sent
Right.
one away one time. I was doing this urban room, and I was just. It was somebody. I sent it to somebody, and they were like, okay, some feedback. You cursed a little too much, and I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, you cursed 47 times. My bad. My bad. I was like, probably not the video you should have sent. I'm like, that's fair.
Yeah.
You won't be doing a dry bar off this thing.
And a fellow comedian that I think he's been doing it for 30 years, and I sent a video to Carnival through a manager, and he goes, "Why didn't you call me before you sent it?" I go, "Dude, it just happened so fast." I was like, so it was just like, we want it now. We want to see it now. You were in Vegas, you talked to the same people I did, and he goes, "I want to see it now." And so I sent it to him. He calls me back like in 2 seconds. He goes, "That's not the video you should have sent." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "You said one cuss word." And I said, "What did I I didn't say anything bad. I don't ever say the F word or anything like that." He said, "You said asshole or something in there." And I was like, "What?" And I went back and I go, "I did." It was just like one little whip, and they go, "But that's not even really a cuss word." And I said, realistically, he goes, "Yeah, it is." He goes, "You didn't need it in there." And I was like, "Well, okay." But he goes, "I told you." And he goes, "Well, it's in there now. So you're either getting hired or you're screwed."
Yeah, too bad.
Too bad. He goes, "I would have done a different video." And I go, "What other video? Because I don't have a better one right now." It's like,
Well, thing everybody wants something different too. So you're always second guessing yourself. It's like, all right, let's just throw it there and see what happens.
And that's the best.
It's like a resume.
I know.
People are like, don't ever do this in a resume. And then the next person will be like, always do this.
Always wipe your ass before you send it on it.
Right.
Use it to wipe your ass.
Spin around 3 times.
I've just gotten to where I'm like, I don't care. Screw it. Here. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah.
But my wife has looked at it. She goes, "Oh, that's a good representation of what you are and what that was a good." Or then she goes, "You should." She goes, "What were you thinking when you were doing that?" I was like, "You should have been in the room."
Yeah, it was so much fun. And that's part of it too. Is sometimes the stuff that we have and the experiences we have in the room, and the experience the audience has in a room does not come across on tape. You know what I mean?
It does not. It does not. It does not. And for that point, and talking about recording shows and filming shows, like you talk about, your first one was horrible, and then your second one was your keeper.
It wasn't horrible, but I felt bad. I didn't like it.
Right.
And actually, probably 75% of the special is the first night. Actually,
is it?
Really? As weird as that sounds, I felt
really?
tight, but we actually ended up using probably 75% of the first night.
Really? That's very interesting.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So I recorded my set Saturday, and it was a good crowd, and I thought it was a good set. But and my camera was in the middle of the room, but it was up a little high because I had this little knee wall, and it was the only place I could put it because the room was so tight. It didn't pick up the audience worth the shooty do. I mean, but then so the set, I thought my first set at Savannah Comedy, which I thought was going to be bad, was a good set, but the audience got picked up great. It was a great recording. And it was a good set. But then I was like, the place I was at Saturday night had all these LED lights, and they had it like, and I was like, oh, this would be a good video. And I'm like, it's a good pictures. But you hear me tell a joke, and you hear one lady going, ha, ha, ha. It's like, it sounds like I'm a freaking open mic.
That's the worst. I hate it when
sounds like I'm an open micer.
Yeah. Well, there. I won't say the name of the club. There's a very big club here in town, and there used to be a club in Richmond, and they send you video, and the video is so good. It looks amazing, but the audio only comes from the mic. So that's the worst. So all you hear is the laughter that made it into the microphone. So it'll sound like.
So you got to say the joke and then put the microphone out.
Well, the people have cracked the code, and I don't know that I'm technologically advanced enough to do this, but they'll record on their iPhone. They'll set their iPhone or whatever in the audience on a table in the back and record the audio, and then they'll sync it up. And I'm sure that's easy to do. I'm sure there's a program that somebody has out there. If it was CapCut, I wouldn't know because I can't get on it. But you can sync it up so that you get the audience.
Actually, my AJ Wilkerson, he was like, hey, your Apple Watch, because I wear my Apple Watch because I've got my timer on there, so it vibrates to let me know where I'm at. He goes, you can voice record on your iWatch, and so you can hit the record here, and so while you're holding here, you get all of you through there, so you can put your phone in the back and get all the audience, and then I was like, no fucking way. He goes, yeah. And I was like, I'm going to try it.
This is why autistic people are the best.
Right.
Thanks, AJ. You just solved a problem for me because I have all these like little microphones that I clip.
Yeah, I've done that. I bought the $100 one, and I'm so pissed at it.
I got two of them. I filmed one. I forget where it was. I was in like the Syracuse Funny Bone, and it just sounds like it. It was in here, and it's like. I can't do
that show I did with Robert Mack for 300 people in Pennsylvania. I had a great set. It was totally clean, and it was great. And you heard the audience, but then I had that little microphone, and it's overdubbing. Oh my God! Oh, it's so bad. I could have sent that to Dry Bar immediately, like no questions asked. Just here you go, guys.
This is awesome. You're doing your set, and you're like, "This is gonna go so good at Dry Bar," and then you get off there. I didn't hit record, son of a bitch.
I didn't hit record.
Now that's one thing I can do. You can do on your Apple Watch too is start your camera, which is that I knew about, but I didn't think about the voice.
So what he does is does it so because I do the voice sometimes when I don't. If somebody's filming me or something, I'll do my voice thing on my phone and stick it in my pocket, and it works good because I have the mic thing kind of out like here, and it picks up really good, so I can listen back. But the fact you can do it right here, he goes. It's just getting you right from here to here. So you're always getting clear audio and you can pull it up and down. And I'm like, oh my God.
It's about time this Apple Watch did something for me other than tell me to stand up.
Well, my wife uses it to track me. And so that's the only reason I think she got it for me. And then I figured out, it's got a vibrating timer. So I can put like 20 minutes and tell me, you're at your 20-minute mark, Andy.
Yeah.
Because I don't rely on nobody for a light anymore. I don't rely nobody. I'll tell them. I'm just like, F you, dude. I've got my watch, Because
secret in comedy, the people that light you, that's how they signal to us that it's time to wrap it up, or they signal where we're at. A lot of times those people are in the booth, and 99 out of 100 times those people are high as fuck.
And they're talking to one of the waitress, trying to get banged.
Trying to make their thing, but yeah.
I can't tell you how many times it happened. It's like, dude, I forgot to start the timer. I'm so glad you came off stage.
Or I thought you were only doing 30. Hey man, yeah. I did a show recently. I was in the booth, lit me, and I was like, I looked at my watch. I was like, I'm like 4 minutes early. I don't think he got the right time.
I lit a feature early this week and yanked him off stage.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, my set was going good.
No, the owner of the club, the owner of the place was like, I need this to stop. I said, I'll get him off stage right now. And I'm
wow, that's a bad day.
He goes, and he looked at me, he goes, you better bring it. I go, oh. So I had to play host feature.
Get him off the stage.
That's the word. He goes, get him off. And I was like, okay.
I love it. Don't lean back too far, Andy. You're gonna disappear.
I know. I will disappear.
Turn into Trot.
I will disappear. But I was like, because I looked at him and I go, you still gonna pay him? He goes, yeah, I'll still pay him. Just get him off. I go, okay. I at least went to bat for the dude. I went to bat for the money for the dude so he didn't try to screw him. I was like, you still gonna pay him the same? He goes, yeah, I'm still gonna pay him. Just get him off.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta pay them even if they suck. I mean, we run a room here in Virginia that I mean, sometimes people don't do great. Sometimes people, but that's just the nature of the business.
I said it jokingly, but I kind of was like, you still gonna pay him, right?
Hey man, I've heard of people like, yeah, you got to pay comic.
Yeah, no, it was just a joke, but yeah. Yeah, it's so crazy. But then I've had people like every time anybody's ever done a live for me, it's way late. They've missed it. I'm going over. I'm like, dude, I want to be right on that nail.
Yeah.
I
There's
don't.
nothing worse, man. There's nothing worse.
I don't mind being a minute short. That's fine. Let's just.
I will tell you a secret. When I went to Poland, I just did this. I just came off this month-long Poland tour, right? Like back in.
Oh, yeah. How did that go? I want to talk about that.
Greatest thing I've ever done in comedy, dude. It was the most fun I've ever had. 4 comics driving around the country in a van, and we all 4 just hit it off immediately, and it was so much fun. Yeah, it was great because it could have been miserable, right?
Right.
We're doing, 3 weeks, literally living in a van or hotels together. You're with each other all the time. But we got along great. It was so much fun. Got to perform for the troops, and as a military guy, that meant a lot to me. You know what I memean? But yeah, it was fun. But the first 2 nights, like we weren't lighting each other. We were all just doing 20. And I was like, I wasn't paying attention. I was like, I started my watch, and I came off stage the second night. He goes, hey, you did this much time last night and you did this much tonight. You need to. I was like, oh, I went way long because I'd just been doing 30-minute feature sets the whole week before. So in my head, I was like, oh, I'm at 20. Right. And I was not at 20. And I was like, oh, shit.
Right.
So I was like, I'll time myself for the rest because nobody was lighting anybody. We were all just messing around backstage and joking around. So I was like, okay.
That's why this Apple Watch it's so freaking key, man. All the time. With that vibrating time. And I've forgotten to hit it before, but at least when I move my wrist, I can see the time kind of pop up and nobody really noticed, and I kind of know because that timer, that vibrating timer has helped me out so much with just getting things to figure out.
I love that I'm getting insight into your house every so often when you move.
Oh, yeah. Every so often. Yeah, I know. Right.
I want to start a t-shirt operation. This is what I need.
Yeah, no. I've put pictures up. I don't hide it. I pieced it together. I pieced it together off of Facebook Marketplace, and the only thing I bought brand new was the screen print. And we don't even screen print. We decided not to screen print. We just but I got the presses off Facebook Marketplace for nothing, dude. For like I got the shirt press I have. Brand new is probably $400 something, $500. I got it for $100. Some lady was, because and I tell comedians like, dude, I will help guide you. Like so like most comedians that buy shirts, you got to buy 100 at a time. You invest about $500. I'm like, you can take that $500 and I can buy you. I can show you how to go on Facebook Marketplace and buy the stuff you need and piece it together and design and do your own shit. And you can test it, that way you're testing your own stuff. If it's going to sell, if it's not, and what sizes. And so that way you kind of gauge and all you do is go to Michael's. You can get them for $3. I bought mine direct now because I have a business, but other than that, you can get them at Michael's for $3, a Gildan shirt for $3, black shirt. And then you can just make 20 of them. You sell 20, you have $400 back. You just keep going.
You're not convincing me. I'm not making shirts. I'm not doing it. I don't care.
Well, I also had a wife.
Neighbor.
I had a wife. Well, I have a wife that had a t-shirt
on this podcast.
She used to do t-shirts. Yeah,
I had a wife, and
well, she left. She's on a plane now in New Orleans.
She's already on a plane. She left 20 minutes ago. Brother.
I know. She'll be on the plane in 2 hours, dude. I was about to go with her, but now I got to stay here. So, anyways, but I want to go to New Orleans.
Damn, let's go.
But I would end up just drinking all week, and I'm like, that's not good. Okay, I got shit to do, and plus I'm going to North Dakota next week, so I gotta do some stuff.
Have fun with that,
dude. I'm about to do 3,000 miles.
You're gonna drive North Dakota?
Mm-hmm.
Have a good time.
I'm starting off. I'm going. My first show's in Nebraska. It's on a Wednesday, and then I'm going to Colorado to Denver, and then I'm going straight up from there because I was already in Denver. And then they were like, hey, you want to go to North Dakota? I was like, oh, it's only 700 miles north. But here's the thing.
You are a driving machine, my friend.
Dude, I love driving. I don't mind it, dude. But see, here's the thing. So I had those 2 shows, and I was going to have to drive back 1,400 miles. Well, going to North Dakota, they gave me 2 nights, 2 shows with hotel, and then it only added 300 miles to my return trip. I'm like, well, why wouldn't I do this?
Yeah, why would you not? For sure.
I'm like... I did the math. I'm like, I can, even if I don't sell merch, I'm going to break even. And if I sell merch, I'm that much better. So, and hopefully everybody buys merch.
Buy
I
merch.
don't know if,
Andy will cry.
You know what a lady told me? She goes, "You need a QR code for tips." I go, "I got 6 QR codes out there on the table. I think I got enough QR codes going on. You know what? Why don't you just tip me on Cash App or Venmo?" She goes, "Oh, I can do that." I go, "That's all I'm going to do is put the same QR code and put tips."
And here's my last rant of the day is if you do tip in cash, make sure it's real cash. We produced a show Saturday night and someone put $100 bill in, but you turned it over and it was a picture of Donald J. Trump on it. And it wasn't Benjamin Franklin. And I want to find that person and choke the living shit out of them.
What an asshole. That's an asshole move right there,
that's
dude.
An asshole move, man.
That's such an asshole move because people don't understand how excited we get when people do give us cash like that because it makes the whole world to us.
Yep. My wife called. I wasn't at the show. I was in Jersey. She was doing it down here. She's like, "Oh, we got some great tips." And then she calls. She goes, "This son of a bitch." It was great. The only way there was $100 bill in there. The only way that's acceptable is if you put both of them in together. That's the only way that's acceptable. Right. If you're walking around with fake $100 bills in your pocket that have a picture of Trump on them, throw them in the garbage.
Throw them in the garbage. Yeah, Don't give them to a comedian.
Like being an asshole.
Yeah, that is an asshole move. I did have a guy tip me $100 one time, and he was like, "I don't want a shirt. I just want." And I go, "You're taking a shirt. I'm giving you something." I just threw a pink medium shirt at us. Like, "Here, you're taking something."
Tank top.
Yeah, tank top, whatever. It's like, but yeah, that's an asshole move. That's such.
That just happened. I was like, okay, that's a new one. All right, cool.
Yeah,
that's like back in the day when people would leave a fake $100 bill. You turn it over, like, this is how to get to heaven. I think you're a dick. You're a dick.
Yeah, you're a dick, and I'm praying.
I don't have money, but I'll give you.
I pray you burn in hell. I pray. I got tipped out of a show a couple of weeks ago. I was in West Virginia, and this girl came up and she's like, "Hey, you had a great set." She goes, "Here's a little something for you." And I had a jacket on, and I had a little black jacket because it was freaking cold. And she just slid, and I go, "Oh, thanks." And I was talking to somebody. I said, "Thanks, darling. I really appreciate it." I thought it was like $10, $20 joint. I'm like, I didn't talk about weed one time. Matter of fact, I didn't talk anything about drugs on any level.
In that before too.
And then I found out she offered cocaine to the feature. I'm like, well, why did it? Why? And he's like 6'8" and skinny. I'm like, why did the skinny guy get cocaine? I'm just mad. I got mad that she didn't offer me cocaine. Now that I was going to do it.
You looked more like a weed guy. You do. You're not. She read the room, bro. What are you talking about? She's like, I'll give the skinny guy coke and the bigger guy weed because he's gonna get the munchies. I'm proud of her for that. Actually, that shows commitment and analysis. I'm proud.
Well, she did a guest set and she bombed, so at least you could read the room, but she couldn't read her room on her jokes.
Damn.
Throw that other.
I thought it was an audience member.
No, it wasn't. It was actually.
That's different. That changes the game.
Oh, it was so fun. But I sold a bunch of merch anyway, so that was fun. Hey, man, we probably should wrap this.
Yeah, probably. I gotta go.
I gotta go too. I got some things to do.
So
what's that?
This is the longest I've gone without peeing in 3 years.
All right, sorry about it. We could pause it, but yeah. No, now that I figured out the pause button.
Yeah, we're an hour and a half in. I don't want to turn this into a Joe Rogan podcast.
No. I didn't even mean to go hour and a half, but this is probably one of the funnest I've done in a long time. Seriously, it's been a long time since I've had somebody on here. It's been so much fun to go an hour and a half.
Man,
had a lot to talk about. And we didn't even cover everything. But anyways, hey, go to see DewayneWhiteComedy.com. Follow him on Instagram. Follow him
at White Dwayne Comedy on the Instagram.
Yeah, it's down at the bottom of the screen if you're watching it. If not, if you're listening, to all my Thai ladyboys, DewayneWhiteComedy.com.
Yeah, all 7 people that got us in the top 10.
All 7 of them. You know what's funny is that we get more. I'm starting to get more. Oh, you talking about moving to Germany? Guess what? My number 2 listening place is Germany.
That's where my wife is from. So hey, Germans, Achtung.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
mein Spezial is coming.
Yeah, it's United States, Germany, and I guess Thailand. Is where I guess that's how we rack up. So
Germany, yeah.
February 25th, but we're gonna post this up here in a couple hours, and then we'll redo a post on the 25th. Just remind me. I'll remind people. And
sounds great, dude.
Go check out Dewayne White Comedy. He's fun to work with. Come see me and him do a show together, or book us to do a show together.
Hell yeah,
that would be fun if we could do that.
We are a good team.
We are a good team. I enjoy it, always do. Hey, man, appreciate you, brother, always. And I'll be talking to you soon. Be good, folks. Have fun, be safe, and don't do anything stupid. And just laugh. Everything's laughable, and just have fun. And that's all we ask. So, anyway, see ya.
Exactly.